please. Good morning, fellow captains. Today I have with me Mr. iEarlGrey from the Russian office of World of Warships. How are you doing this morning, Earl?
I'm fantastic. Of course, it's not morning for me. My working day is nearly actually at an end. So
and you get to spend the last hour or so with me.
I do. What a pleasure. What a pleasure. Yeah, but you guys are all backwards over where you are.
Anyway, today, guys, we are bringing you the first official live gameplay of the brand new reworked CVs. Now, if you know me, I'm a big fan of CVs. How are you feeling about it, Earl?
I'm actually looking forward to being Biggles, like Biggles now algae from the books I read as a kid. Like,
well, we're pretty excited. For those out there who aren't quite sure what's happening with the rework, not yesterday but the day before, invitations were sent out to a range of players. I think over 15,000 players were given invites to come be joined in the first round of testing of the CV rework if you had signed up for that. Now,
can I preempt some questions from people just regarding that? I wanted, a lot of people will be thinking, but I play loads of CVs, why didn't I get an email or an invite for it? We specifically picked a range of players. There was a post I did see on Reddit where someone had played like 4 CV battles. Okay, they had a 75% win rate in it. That wasn't necessarily a mistake. We wanted a whole range of players, and not just CV players either, because we do want to test artillery ships and AA. So for those people who were kind of a little bit upset they weren't picked, it wasn't at random, but it was within some logic and criteria.
For sure. And just because you didn't get picked this time, we will be doing more testing rounds at a later date. We just have to be wary of what this particular server can handle, since it's not happening on the PST and it's not happening on the regular client. So if you aren't picked this time, please don't worry. You will get an opportunity to try it out too. You just have to be patient for that opportunity. But I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited is probably the understatement of the year. What did you find about the details of the CV rework?
Me, when did I find out about them? Obviously, I had some sniffs a while back, and there have been obviously rounds of closed testing, which I've been involved in, and some of our CCs have also been involved in, which they got some footage just this weekend. In fact, that we're not. I don't think it's worth pretending like this has been a smooth ride at all. We've us and the CCs have tolerated setbacks because this is a massive change. This is huge, and the bugs that no doubt we're probably going to encounter today, UI sort of glitches and so on. Some of them were almost game-breaking experiences that we did not want the public to have to suffer through. So the devs have just been working, really crunching actually recently to get this in a playable state. So I've seen it change even in the short time that I've been involved in. CCs have also seen it change in the short time they've been testing. So really excited on it. It's been quite quick and thick and fast, I think is a good description.
Yeah, so I've known about what was intended in the rework since November last year.
Wow.
Let's Battle to a Sub-Octavian clued me in a little bit, but I've been very hush-hush about that for a long time.
Well done.
But I've been playing it secretly at my desk, and as a CV mate, I have to tell you guys, I was skeptical, but I really enjoyed what I played. So who wants to get into battle? Who wants to take out these CVs for the first time, for the first run? I do. Tragic does to you, Earl.
Oh yeah, I was thinking it, but I'm happy to go in an artillery ship.
Okay. What number are you?
Let me ping you over. I'm CV_CC73.
Okay, you're 73.
Yeah,
let me get this one from you. So I'm in an ST account. But anyway, you said 73.
Correct.
Okay, I added you to my contacts.
We've got subs. The subs have appeared. A wild sub.
Oh, Sub Octavian has walked by?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought he was meant to be out sick. Okay, so Earl and I get a division up for this. Just to make it a little bit more fun. I'm going to take in the Ryujo. He's going to go in a new mechs. And we're going to get in and show you guys the start of this gameplay. Just to give you guys an idea. If you were selected and you're having troubles installing the TST, you do have to be using the Wargaming Game Center. If you're already using it, completely close out of it. Don't minimize it. Make sure you completely exit it. That is no longer running on your computer, and reboot it. You should then find the TST in your install an additional instance of the game. So that's what you're looking at. How do you know if you're picked? You would have received an email with details on your account as to how to play. And how to get onto the server. Again, guys, if you didn't get selected this time, don't fear, there will be more testing sessions later. Any update on the Vanguard? That's a ship.
HMS Vanguard. Oh, we're all waiting. That devlog is
we are.
First stop.
But in saying that, while we don't have information about the Vanguard necessarily today, we are going to give you a little bit of information a little bit later in the stream about something new that is coming to World of Warships. So you definitely want to be there for that.
Around about an hour.
Around about an hour, give or take. We're going to give you some sneak peek information about something coming that a lot of you have asked for. Oh, my client just crashed. See, this is what we were kind of expecting from this server, in that it's going to do this a little bit. It is very first looks at this, and we are accepting that if you guys see some bugs, they are going to be squished upon full release, so just hang tight. Did I hear Vanguard? You did, Evan. How are you doing? Let's try attempt 2. It was like, you know what? I'm so excited, we're going to troll her real quick and be like, no. You don't get to go in just yet. Oh, man, I'm not AFK. I'm coming back in, man. Okay, here we go, guys. We're on Ring. Domination. Look at all those ships. Oh, I'm excited, guys. So, the main feature of the new CV rework is that we are not in a top-down RTS style anymore. It's going to be first-person sort of style, with one plane being taken off at a time. So what shall we start with? I think we'll start with the rockets. Which way are you gonna head, Mr. Grey?
I'm gonna head along the GH line, I think.
Okay.
Mainly because the amount of cruisers that are down that way.
Makes sense.
Try and stick with that AA, get some support, and we've got our second CV that's down there.
Okay, so I took off my rocket squadron, which is a new type of plane that is here with the rework. Now, as you saw before, to move your ship, you have to go into the overhead tactical map and then use it via the waypoints nowadays to get it moving. The ship is no longer controlled by WASD.
Well, it is, but only when all your aircraft are back on the deck, or you've pressed F and returned back.
See, this is why we have you here.
Keep an eye, because I was flooding out in my midway when I was playing earlier, and you can see in the bottom left, you can see lift fires and floods are burning, but the only way that I could repair it at that time was to actually go back to the CV, which I guess, yeah, that's kind of fine.
Yeah, it means you have to be a little bit more aware of your own ship. So as you guys saw, as I moved up into this ship I was attacking, I got my white circle over here. Ooh, missed that one. Swing back around and attack a different ship. You have to be a little bit predictive and a little bit kind of cautious of where things are going to be. Oh, and I missed that one too. It's going to take you guys a little bit of time to get the aiming worked out, to get used to this new style, but it is pretty fun in that. Oh, and all of my planes went down. So we'll try something else this time and take off some torpedo bombers. Now,
a genuine question though, how long has it taken you to get comfortable with it?
I think I've played like 6 or 7 games in my free time over the last few days. I did terribly the first game. I did okay the second game, and I did very well the third. Yes, I'm not using any captain skills at the moment because that is a known bug on the server. That captain skills are causing the server to crash at the moment. So
Yeah.
I'm holding off on the captain skills for that reason. But
I think camouflage can also be a little tricky on CVs in particular.
I hadn't heard of that bug this morning. But we've got torpedo bombers
that
out.
may have been a pre-existing one.
And now what we are able to do, as you saw with the... Oh, that ship's gone down. We'll go for the battleship at the back then. As you saw with the first squad of rocket launchers, is that your planes can attack multiple times, and each time they attack, they use a portion of the planes available. So now you see a very wide reticle. The closer you get in, the narrower it goes, and you want to make sure you drop before that yellow line, otherwise they will not activate in time. So 1 and 2 there, 2 planes. Unfortunately, he knocked down one of my additional planes. Each plane usually will have 3 attack runs on it. So going in with the next attack run, don't have good aim on that one, so I'm going to swing around again.
Which one are you attacking?
I'm attacking this battleship that's over this way.
I think I see where you are, yeah.
Okay, come in on his side again. Ooh, this looks like a good drop here.
He's turning. Ooh.
I think he's going to be too late to turn. Once we drop, we can go back to our aircraft. To our carrier. The other planes will go ahead and fly back, and that way we can take off our next squadron. So, here we go, off with the bombers. Oh, apparently our in-game sounds are a little loud, so let me quickly turn those down.
I'm pummeling that New Mexico for you.
Oh, nice. He's already taken 4 torpedoes from me, so he's not going to be feeling too...
It's down to 4,000. 2,000. I got him.
No, 1,000.
Right.
We're going to, real quick, put the full interface on so we can see what has what health. Ooh. As we go in. So we've got the Bagioni. This time we've got the bombers heading out. How is our chief CV champion finding it? Honestly, like when I was originally told about what was going to be happening back in November time, I was very, very skeptical. But since I've had access to playing it, I actually like it quite a bit. I think it's actually a lot more fun than what I originally gave the concept credit for. Oh, I did not aim that one right. And kind of learning a new skill and a new tactic with these planes is actually a lot of fun for me. So I think it's great, and I honestly feel like this method of CV play actually gives you a lot more freedom of attacking multiple targets. It makes you be a lot more tactical with your dots. Oh,
I mean, my verdict's kind of a little bit reserved at the moment because this is all quite novel.
Yes.
The whole change. I have to admit, when I first played it, I did cry a little bit inside. I was like, oh, my Saipan, but my little guilty pleasure is going to change. And then I played it more and more, and now I've found it's a little bit addictive with even your plane choices to what squadrons take next, because ideally you won't just take the same, because they're going to be rearming and preparing the next wave that are sitting on the deck. You'll see a notification that comes up on the bottom of your screen, +2 aircraft ready on deck. So you can't just keep launching your torpedo bombers. So you started off with your attack aircraft. They're swift, they're fast, they're great for scouting at the beginning of the game. So there's preparation and tactics that the community is going to work out themselves as to what works best. But there's all these levels to this that perhaps people, even myself, I didn't really consider to it. And you can only consider once you get your hands on the product and start playing it. So I think it's got a lot of potential, actually. Yeah,
it's one of those things that, yes, you know, on first glance, it's like, this could feel like it gets repetitive. But when you start thinking about the tactics of what's going to go into actually playing these longer term, if you will, it starts getting a lot more interesting because it's not like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and put 12 torpedoes on a target. It's like, okay, first I need to go soften it up with my rocket launchers first, and then I need to, again, get the circle ready. That's a much better shot that time. Try and soften up some anti-air. 6 hits there. Wonderful. Definitely take that. Need to swing back around now. But it's a lot more, there's a lot more tactics in it now than what I originally foresaw this being. And as someone who's not great at kind of the 3D flying games, such as like World of Warplanes, for example, this is like, I was really concerned this was going to be similar, but it's really not.
I just deleted the enemy CV for you.
Oh! Okay, so I have 6 of my torpedo bombers on deck. As you said, if I was to try and take off my rockets again, I'd only be taking off with 2, and that means I would only have 1 attack. So you can't just take off your torpedo bombers like one after the other, after the other, after the other. You have to be considerate, you know, it's going to take time for them to reload on deck. So knowing which one to take at which time is very important.
Just triple citadel the enemy Regio, so you don't have any carriers to worry about now.
Well, it's not like I can do a lot about enemy carriers. So the days of strafing will be gone with the new rework. So there's never going to be a case of being under or over advantage with in terms of aircraft anymore, in terms of fighters, in terms of Saipans being able to control the air with their trolley fighters anymore. So the New Mexico, he's turning out, isn't he, El?
Yes, it is.
So we're going to go more to the side here and turn back around. Again, make sure we give ourselves plenty of space here to allow our reticle to zoom in before we drop. Probably could have gone a little bit closer. But as you see, you have to kind of determine how close you want to get. But once you lock in, you lose a lot of maneuverability on your planes in terms of turning sideways, that you actually have to, if you commit late, you grant yourself more maneuverability early, but you have more chance of your torpedoes going askew as you proceed playing. So I don't think we're going to hit that budgie. Yeah, 1 on the budgie. So at this point, you know, we've got
New Mexico.
You got the New Mexico?
Looks like he's going to go down.
Cool.
And actually, these are live players. If they've got CV_test, then they're live players. So I'm quite pleased with this. Unfortunately, I've ruined the testing experience of 2 people. About to be a
Fortunately,
third.
bad drop there from me. So right now, if I decide to take off my torpedoes again, I'd only be taking off 4 planes, not 6. So that's something you have to be considerate about when you're picking what to take off. Given what's left in the map, I think I'm going to take my dive bombers out now. Yes, guys.
Now,
And
there's an important difference with your dive bombers, though, isn't there?
yes, there is. You want to share what it is?
Well, on the Regio, currently in this test, you've got deep water torpedoes, so you may not have hit that Budjoni, even if your drop was perfect. I'm not sure about the draft on it.
The Budjoni, yeah, because I hit it once. I thought you said dive bombers, not torpedo bombers. I got a little confused there.
But your torpedo bombers, they're deep water, but your dive bombers are armor piercing. So I've enjoyed quite a few citadels on Fusos and so on. That's pretty gratifying.
I didn't quite have that opportunity that time around. But yeah, guys, you'll see changes in terms of what tier ships are going to be now. You'll see changes in terms of...
Go on, get him, get him.
No, I missed. I was a little far out. The dive bombers are quite hard to hit, but I really like the challenge of trying to do it. Guys, and of course, with this being a testing series, elements are still liable to be changed. Please consider that they are still very much work in progress, if you will. Ah! My aim with these, though.
Really, I'm going to finish him.
To it. Oh, and we won. Wonderful. But yeah, tiers of CVs are likely to change. Some of the armaments in terms of deep sea water torpedoes or AP versus HE are also likely to change. So just be patient with us. It is work in progress. If you do have access to this client and access to the test at the moment, make sure that you give your feedback. Make sure you play it and you know, help us out, because that's what we really need. Okay. I felt like we should try the Ranger. We've done the Hero. Sorry, we've done the Ryujo. The Ranger has now moved to tier 6 in this test, so we'll see how that goes.
Right, you're gonna switch up. I think I'm gonna do the same.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm gonna try Cruiser this time. I've been having fun with this switching of AA zones. So you press and hold O. You can do it in CVs, but I found it's a bit strange to do it in CVs at the moment.
Huh.
Well,
I'll definitely have to give that one a try too. We'll swap out, and I'll let you get in the carriers too. We'll mix it up a little bit.
Cool. Okay. I look forward to that. Let me just kit out my Aoba. And also, it's worth noting that whilst, you know, I've said about certain known bug causes, the whole point is obviously that people kind of break this and tell us how they broke it, which is quite important.
We expect there to be bugs, we expect there to be critical errors, you know, we expect there to be problems, but if you can let us know what these problems are, then we can get the devs on and getting them fixed.
Now's the time to do it. We don't want it going live with any of these issues.
Yeah. Is there a way to increase the number of fighters in a single strike? I don't believe so at the moment.
At the moment, it's relevant to your tier. So these are one of the sort of progression things that's being introduced. It's ready up for you.
And you'll see, looking at the commander skills, again, we're not going to enable them yet, since it has been, that's a known bug point. But you can see that we have changed up the plane skills as well, so that'll be an interesting thing to talk about when we get a little bit closer in. But it's definitely going to change the meta and the tactics and the skill levels of CVs currently from what they were. Well, that's the thing, Kevin. I feel like once, from hearing what it is and seeing what it is into playing it, there's a very big difference. And I was, like I said, I'm a CV main, you know, 10,000 games in CV, 10,000 games, 70% of them in CVs, probably more than that now. And looking at it, I was like, but actually playing it, the amount of tactics, like thinking, okay, if I attack this ship, then I'm gonna put myself in a position to be good to attack this ship next, that then can lead on to this ship. It's kind of like a chain skill of working which chain is the right way to go, or you know, do you attack one ship consistently in like a figure 8 pattern? Is actually really fun. Can you go over the controls you're using as you're making your drops? Yes, we can definitely do that. Also, guys, if you have any questions in chat, whether you're in Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, make sure you @ World of Warships, and that way Tragic Loss can make sure that we get the questions. Just because there is 3 chats with a lot of chatter going on, so we don't want to miss things left or right, you know? And also, we do have a lot of our World of Warships community staff in chats, making sure that questions are being answered, but you do just have to humor us to a certain degree, because there's a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, we're excited to be here with you guys.
Yeah, awesome. I'm in the game.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, we've got that Fuso. I'm gonna test it now.
Yeah. Oh no, you can't, because you've got high explosive now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's difference. So this will actually be more familiar, I think, for most players.
Okay, I'm going to start again with my rockets, because rockets are good for taking off anti-air on a ship. And if you take off anti-air, obviously, you're giving yourself more room to move when you're taking in your strike planes, so they're less likely to get smacked.
If memory serves me correctly.
Is not live. This is on a test server. Sorry, Earl, what did you say?
No, that's okay. Yeah, I was going to address that point. So this kind of is semi-public. So it's public players by invitation.
It's restricted
so not just
access.
anyone. That's correct. Yeah. So it's sort of limited access, but it is public. I was going to say on Reddit there was, I think, a player, a tester had gone through and worked out the most effective combination of planes to take off and attack a Worcester to take it down as quickly and as efficiently as possible. I'll have to try and dig it out.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So to take off a plane, it's you select which number of plane you'd like, and you tap that that number twice will take it off. As you can see, I've also got some skills that I can use with it, such as patrol fighters that will automatically attack enemy aircrafts. I also have engine cooling, so if I want to push my engines to the brink again and go really, really fast, I can do that. So, controlling it, I just use my left and right mouse buttons to control the aircraft. They do not turn on a dime. They do have to reposition themselves. So, I can use my mouse to look around if I need be. That won't impact my trajectory in terms of where I'm moving. Okay, so we're getting ready. As I move in, I can also control that that green circle drop pattern with my mouse as I move. So I'm gonna turn around now. To attack, once you've got that white, the gray circle where you want it to be, where you think the enemy ship will be at the time that your planes take to like dip down, I click my left mouse button. And then whenever I'm ready for the attack to go ahead, I simply click it again and the attack will proceed. So I only got one plane left. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on this Pensacola. The better you get at predicting, the closer your planes can get with, and the smaller that drop circle will be. So it definitely pays off to be patient and work out sort of your time it takes for your planes to dip and whatnot to make sure that you can do the best, that you can do the most damage. So I'm holding forward all the way down to get my planes at maximum speed. This is how long they can stay at maximum speed. Once this gets to the bottom, they're going to revert to regular speed, but you can reset that using the R command. So my engines are overheated, my planes are now going down in speed, and this bar then has to recharge. So looking for a target. Got this Budgioni that's actually about, he might be beaching. He beached. So this is a really good opportunity. Since we know he's pretty much stagnant in his position, we can go really far out and get our reticle about as small as we can, which is going to be about there before we drop. Now we look on for our next target, which for me I think is going to be this Glacier. Oh, looks like you're being attacked over there, Earl. How,
yeah.
What's
it's
happening?
alright. This player is obviously still getting used to the lead times as well. It's pretty cool when the aircraft drop down and come at your ship. You're like, oh my god! Plus, I'm still playing with that. Press O to boost each side.
Unfortunately, I didn't get my lead on that Budgioni that had beached quite right, but it's going to take a bit of practice, guys. It's definitely relearning a skill, but you know, it's going to be a skill that's going to be a lot more balanced, and there's going to be less complaints of it always being the CV's fault this time. Yes, guys, this is still very much work in progress. There are things that will probably end up being changed, and there are elements that... Oh, I'm being detected, so I need to go into map overview. I hit M to get into the tactical map, and I move my ship around, setting myself a waypoint just with the regular button. Okay, I'm going for this Fuso now. Tag teaming with the other CV.
Yeah, and that's the point there about the potential with actually following the teammate's CV, see which target he's trying to attack, and then maybe trying to use the hammer and anvil in conjunction with the teammate.
Yep. Right there, I got really close. Only one bomb hit though. Feels bad, man. I'm gonna keep going forward, and I'm gonna go turn around and work on the Sayoba instead of trying to... Actually, I'll go for this Fuso up ahead, since he looks like a pretty tasty target there. But as you saw, the lower my planes dropped, the tighter the drop reticle became, and the more accurate my bombs had the potential to be. Except for not that time. Very much you need to attack on the angles. Hey, I'm still practicing.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to make the point that I'm going to be quite fascinated to see, just as players learn this and get the grips with it, just some of the stuff that people manage to pull off. And people like yourself.
J-Town, my accent is a mix between English, Australian, and American, because I've lived in all three places for a long time. Okay, got the Fuso. We're gonna try on him again. So far, my luck has been better with torpedoes than what it has been dive bombers, but again, still learning, still getting there. It is definitely
I think it's fair to say the returns are on the dive bombers.
Yeah.
If you can nail them.
Mm-hmm. You can definitely do big damage if you can get the drop right on them.
Mm.
Okay, I think that looks
It's
good
no
for a
longer
lead.
point and click.
But yeah, also predicting the what's it called? How fast the enemy ship is moving so that you get the lead on them. It's not only about like leading your torpedoes so that you have enough time to get them to go narrow. It's also about considering where the enemy ship is going to be when they do get narrow. So for example, you have to lead those cruisers a lot more than you would like a battleship, because of course the battleship's going to go slower. And it looks like I'm going to miss that Pensacola again too. God of the days where everyone complains CV's OP. Oh, doesn't look like my Pensacola's going to hit there. Okay, back to the carrier. Let's go ahead and we've got our bombers back up. Let's see if we can get something happening with these. Our team is kind of being a little bit chased here, and I am being attacked. Okay. Zayoba's got his sights on me, and unfortunately... Ooh, looks like I may have broke my overpathing... sorry, my directional pathing feature. I can't autopilot. Okay then.
We found a bug.
I found a bug! Someone report this bug!
We'll squish it.
The yellow area in the torp bombers is the arming distance, right? Yes, it is the arming distance. Correct. Okay. Let's try for the Sayoba again. Or the
Ah, cool, I can follow you.
Oh, you can?
No pressure.
Oh, you went down, hey?
As I'm dead. Yeah, I took 3 with me.
Oh, doing much better than I am.
Blob. Ooh, I hear it. Oh.
No, I didn't.
I found actually when they're coming towards you, it is actually a lot easier because of that delay as the planes rise up and come back down. If they're coming towards you, you can often get a better drop than if they're going away.
Well, we're going to try again. Trying to come in from behind.
But then he could
Random
evade
smoke
you.
bubbles there.
Yeah. Now your planes look like the red arrows.
Oh, this one looks like a decentish drop.
Yeah?
Oh,
Ooh.
up until he drove forward.
Yeah, see, that's what I found.
Yeah, you definitely have to lead way more than what you expect you need to lead.
Definitely. Going for another pass?
Down again!
Okay, I hope your planes survive.
I mean, they're only in the yellow at the moment.
Oh.
Oh. Might have got a little too far ahead that time.
Okay. No, I think you might be alright.
Oh, no, because they have to pull out.
Ah.
Oh, down they go. Okay.
Yeah.
Temp 3 in the torpedoes. I mean...
Oh, our other CV just went down.
I mean, my autopath is working, but it isn't at the same time. Like, it will move me, but it won't keep my, my direction aimed, if you will. Anyway. Anyway. So send planes, get killed, repeat. I mean...
Not really.
No. I took out the wrong squadron. I meant to take out torpedoes.
But you appear to have a full squadron.
Yes.
Okay, so they must have rearmed in time. Because there's also that delay, so the longer... so let's say this wave now just gets absolutely annihilated. The replenishment, as I understood it. Okay. I think the replenishment increases to prevent you just rinsing and repeating.
And I went down. But I still get to control these.
You do, yeah.
I still get to control the planes that I have out, despite my carrier actually being gone. So, except for the game just
but that's
ended.
the game over. Yeah.
Okay. Let me have one more time in the reuse because I'm trying to get the knack, and then we'll swap out. Can you bomb yourself out of curiosity? Yes, most likely. I would assume as much.
How did we do? Not bad, not bad.
You guys did.
Okay.
Anyway, just want to ask what happens when you die while you're controlling the aircraft. Well, as we just saw, if you still have aircraft out, you are still able to control them.
You are, but I noticed there's a timer that pops up, so you can't just.
You only have 3 minutes. To change.
Great. So I can't just scout for the rest of the game for my team and send that information back.
Someone's saying this is even harder than before. Well, if you looked at the first 10 games I played in CVs originally, I probably did about this well anyway. So, you know, there is going to be, of course, a learning period. And it is going to be a little bit of... You have to be willing to give yourself a bit of time to relearn how to do something.
Are you taking
Is there no way to
Regio?
defend ships? You do have an option of... what's it called? Sending out fighters to, like, help protect yourself. And the ships do have decent AA, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you beehole Farragut?
Did
you want to take the Regio out
again?
again?
Dodge the enemy. Sorry.
You can take the Regio out again.
Yeah, I want to try. I want to try these AP bombs again.
You got addicted.
Look, I just want to give them a go, yo. Guys, when we swap over and Earl jumps in carriers and I jump in like cruisers, for example, we'll have a look at what the AA looks like in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the satisfaction of a good hit. Yeah, originally I'd only get satisfaction if I hit like over 9 torpedoes per drop. This is very much a case of, oh, I got 1, I'm happy.
Alright. I think I'm good. Let's ready up. There we are. Good to go.
Yeah, I can try and show you guys the disposable, expendable, consumable fighters. Yes. When will this be patched again? The TST? I'm not sure at the moment. Do you know how long this round of testing is out for, Earl?
I don't know exact dates at the minute, and it is quite dependent on the health of the server and bugs that we have. So it's up, it's running for the time being. We're going to obviously be continually monitoring it, monitoring the feedback, and any ways we can improve it, of course we will. But I don't have an end date to hand. Actually, we will mostly focus on getting it launched.
Yeah.
Certainly my team
I feel like once we find enough critical bugs or critical issues that need to be addressed, we'll probably pull it at that point so we can start getting rid of those bugs and issues. Would be my guess. Anyway. We do want to see attacks versus high AA ships. Well, we're gonna... Are we... The tier 10 CVs, are we good to play those on this iteration of the TST? Okay.
Definitely.
I knew there was limitations.
Yeah. There's some economic limitations that we've imposed, so you can't just keep on playing the CVs. You've got to jump into artillery ships to get, I think it's credits or free XP. The credits are set to maintain.
The lucky person with me with this particular account, where I have a lot of credits on it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, the ST accounts have different bits and pieces on them. But it's different, it's fine.
We've even got an article up on how to tame the reworked aircraft carriers, so people should give that a look, which is a whole article dedicated on it. And for those guys who are watching that are curious, there's some screenshots and there's a lot more technical detail there. I might explain some bits and pieces for them. And a link to a forum thread.
Yeah, I mean, I got... Pretty much I was dropping as close as I could. The issue was I wasn't predicting the ship's movement as probably as well as I should have. And that's what makes it hard. It's your ability to tell how fast a ship is moving from like a from an angled perspective instead of top down is a little bit difficult.
And all that's going to come in time.
Yes.
But I've not managed to sink a destroyer in the opening.
I can't imagine that. Okay, the fighting consumable, yes. Okay, so taking off planes, fighting consumable is going to be T. Let's get that out and let's see what happens. I assume... Oh, looking at my ship, do I have like little fighters around me or something?
So you've got a fighter that's trailing your squadron.
Ah, okay.
So it's just left yours now, and it's following.
Oh no, it's encircling me, so it's like a personal float plane. Cool.
Yep, you've got that. I think if you press it again, can you select a zone? I haven't actually focused on that aspect too much.
No, I don't. I'm not sure if I don't know how to select. Oh, there we go. You hold O and you can select the side to reinforce. Don't know how I'm meant to select that.
That's on your CV, I think, for your AA.
Yes.
Yeah, and that you can do on artillery ships. Uh-oh.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to click the circle and I accidentally took my torpedoes in instead. Oh, but you can actually stay at this low altitude for a little bit. 4, 3, 2... We're gonna drop there because we only had half a second left. That's an interesting little feature.
You might get hit on that.
Sorry?
That was looking good. That drop.
Oh, it was? I did good?
Someone did.
Oh. It wasn't necessarily me. Okay. Okay, so I've got 15 seconds once we click down to attack to actually get those off. That may look like better drop there on that Pensacola. The Pepsi Cola.
I found that.
My planes go down. Not quite. He turned it in time. It's definitely going to be something else. Learning how to get these aimed correctly. So we're going to go in with the rockets now to try and take off some anti-air off a target or two. We've got this Fuso, so we'll go for that. Now, that works.
You getting the hang of it?
I mean, it's just the lead of those torpedoes and the dive bombers that it's just going to take a little bit of time just to work it out, essentially. Because it is just so different, and not being able to as easily predict the movement speed of the other ships from not being top down is just, it's just difficult. Oh, and the reticle moves really quick. You kind of like, once you get that green over the enemy ship, you have to kind of commit to that drop very, very quickly. You don't have a lot of time to be like, oh, I'll just wait for it to get a little bit smaller before I click, sort of thing. Okay, we'll try this again. Dropping in front so that he moves into it. Again, we just overshoot it. Definitely not as easy as what some players who have already spent, you know, 100 odd games or so playing this make it out to be. It's very much not necessarily an easy task. Okay. Man, I'm kind of making a fool of myself over here. Just throwing it out there real quick.
I'm struggling in a destroyer at the moment with the 0 skill captain.
Yeah. Okay. I got the AP bombers. I got a Fuso almost straight in front of me. We'll try this again. See how we go. Okay. Can't you cancel the drop? I don't know. Mr. Earl, can you cancel a drop if you go too close? I think you have to wait for it to like time out before it will go back up.
Yeah, you probably could cancel the whole squadron wave with F still. I'm not sure. I've generally had my tongue sticking out of my mouth the whole time trying to land that drop.
I can totally understand that. We did get one hit there, which is definitely, we've done more damage this game now that we did than what we did last game, but that's not saying a lot. Hey, here we go. Another defended on the front. Still, it's just gonna take some time and some practice, I think, for pretty much anyone who's used to the old way of CVs to just get used to the change that is this now. I mean, it's not a bad thing that that's the case. It's just a thing, really. It's just different.
Yeah, that was something I was thinking earlier. There was no way that you could cut it. Aircraft carriers are different. It doesn't matter if you're RTS or the way that's being tested here today. They are just completely different, and they were game changers in history, in the war itself. In fact, they were OP. They removed battleships completely from the pretty much naval operations after their introduction. I'm sure if they had a forum to complain about things, they would have done.
I can imagine that as well. Yes.
They tried the Washington naval treaties and all this.
So, have you been attacked by the CV yet in your destroyer?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
Not
so
yet.
I'm really wondering what it's like to dodge CV's attacks, or if it's easy, if it's hard, or what kind of are the qualities of being attacked in the destroyer as a CV?
Well, most players from what I've seen, like yourself, they're still learning all the lead times, and when I've attempted to attack destroyers, it's been the same issue for me, where destroyers just use their WASD hacks, and I'm like, "Rah! God damn it!"
Yeah, it's just it's difficult just trying to get that, but that looks like a nice maybe 1 or 2 hits there. There we go, 2 hits on the Fuso. Finally doing a bit of damage. Come back in for another hit. Here we go.
And try not to die.
I'm gonna get those ones on the Budgioni, maybe? We get lucky? And then we'll swing back around again and go back for the Fuso, who has repaired that first set of flooding. There we go, we got the Budgioni. We're going in here now.
Well done.
Feel like I've in the last minute and a half I've got the idea of this a little better.
Uh-oh. Watch
That might
out.
be a bit close.
Someone's looking... Oh no. Coming back around with his... Is it rockets? The Ranger rockets was sizing up where you guys were. You might be trying to finish off our Fuso.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Fuso's
that
dead.
was the case. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be a bit brave here and start moving in on C-Cap and see if I can finish off this Fuso as I slowly make my way there.
I'm going to try and cap for us.
I do feel like we might need one of those.
Yeah. Oh, I'm about to get dropped by the rockets, I think.
Oh!
See if he gets me. Oh!
How did he go? Did he get you?
It landed close. I didn't see any damage though. From what I understand, rockets don't seem to have much penetration. They're pretty
No,
good
they're
at knocking
mainly
out
for
modules.
taking off the anti-air, if you will.
They don't even seem to set many fires. I've seen them set like 1 or 2.
Wow,
But in
I missed
previous
that one by
tests, I
blind
think
mile.
they were a bit too good. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So I've found if you drop them over the guns, you can often get a penetration down into the magazine and get
okay.
Citadel there.
We'll give this another well.
But obviously the funnels and the smokestacks are juicy.
Oh yeah? I think I may have clicked this one a bit early.
Ben,
Hey, what?
you have a couple of questions.
Oh, I do have. Is there a difference
Yes, 3.
in anti-air damage when your planes are lower versus higher? I don't believe so. I haven't really noticed any feeling of difference in that regard. Next question. Is the minimap circles all enabled? Curious to see if there's an area of effect of the fighter consumable. We can definitely turn them all on and have a look for that. Hey, I got a Citadel! It took me a moment,
There
but I
you
did
go.
it!
Super satisfying.
Yes. Now we just got to get better at doing it. Let's go ahead and turn on all those mini-map circles and show you guys what they are for. Looks to be just the standard detectability by sea, detectability by air. Yeah, so it doesn't look like we have one that shows the float plane. So what we can do is, like, yes, that Fuso's on the other side of that hill, but what we can do is we can start aiming as we go over this, so that by the time we get to the other side, that reticle is narrow. So that's something you couldn't previously do, is if a ship was too close to an island, you just didn't have any opportunity to attack it. But now there is that mechanism that you can prepare your drop early and fly over the mountains before you get it to the spread that you want it to be at. So we'll swing around again and head back towards the other Fuso. There we go, one flood on that one. I'm doing better this game.
Yeah, I saw that one connect. I'll try and set a fire on him.
Oh, this other Fuso is actually about to go down to my flood, so I'll leave him be. Oh, he went down to the fire. He went down to your fire.
Oh, I stole him.
How dare you!
Right. I see the enemy CV in the cap. He's been trying to blind fire me in smoke, and to all credit to him, he's done fairly well. He's got me down to 249 hit points.
Oh, wow. You're a
bit scared. Yeah, he's coming for me again. No.
You can do it, Earl. Survive. Just survive somehow.
Oh, no. I don't know.
So by the looks of things, we don't have any limits on how many planes a ship can hold. You're only limited, it seems, by how many are on deck that you can take out at any given time. You know what, guys? Let's go ahead and see see what it's like to attack that Ranger. So he's the one who's giving, oh, then again, that Fuso. I do like me a tasty Fuso.
The enemy carrier might get me.
Just breathe.
Ooh.
Duck, dive, dodge, dip, and dodge.
Oh, he knocked out my steering gears.
Oh.
With dive bombers.
Oh, I think I got the angle drop right that time on the Fuso.
Good job.
Oh, he's not quite. He turned a little bit faster than anticipated.
Was that lead, or was that just maneuverability?
No, that was lead and maneuvering. It's coming in at that reverse 45 that you know, you have to kind of commit to doing. Because that's, you know, that's how you've always led, so long as they don't turn out too much, which this one did, because yeah. Okay, we'll take the dive bombers off again. I'm getting more confident with the torpedoes. Not feeling great about the dive bombers yet, though.
Oh, he finally got me with rockets.
Okay. How will higher tier CVs be different from, say, tier 6? Are more planes, higher damage levels? Definitely, I feel like we're going to have high damage levels. That's what makes sense. If you're going up against ships that, you know, have 80, 90, almost 100k health, you're going to need a way to do more damage to them. You're not going to be able to rotate or get those ships out in the same method as before otherwise. In terms of, hey, Liquidator!
Well done.
Getting stuff done. Also, I believe, you mentioned earlier about the high tier CVs potentially having more planes per a squad, if you will?
Yeah, squad as opposed to squadron. Well, and squadrons, actually.
Yeah. So instead of like the 6 I have here, this group may go up to 8, for example. But again, this is all work in progress and liable to change.
Okay, I'm watching your drop. No pressure.
Oh boy.
I think you left it a bit... No?
No, I'm over-aimed on the front.
Yeah.
We'll still take a Citadel on him.
That was good. Oh, well done, well done.
Yes, an accidental Citadel. If it works, right, guys? Okay, we're going to burn our engines so we can get around quickly. Watching the green lever here is how much time I can burst my engines on, essentially.
I'm curious to know if that affects how well the AA hits you.
Oh, I think I got a good drop here.
Oh,
I got him!
Ooh. Down to 2,000. Ah, the friendly CV.
Oh, here we go. Now a friendly CV is coming in on me. So what we're going to do is pop that little float plane that we're given as early protection, if you will. See what that can do to help us as we drop this real quick on this ranger. Looks like their ranger's kind of going ham at attacking.
You pressed O to reinforce your right side.
I don't know how to target my right side.
Ah, I think it's O, and I had to press Control to then prioritize.
Oh, okay. So you said my right side.
Well, it was as he was coming in.
Okay.
It'd be your left side now. And it actually has like 15 seconds for the crew to switch side. All killed. Yeah, he shot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I see that now.
Down. Yeah. I think it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, that's that I feel like we might need a tweak.
Hmm.
Because that's a little bit awkward.
Yeah, pressing O, then Control.
Well, because I had to like maneuver my hand to the other side of the keyboard to hit the left control because I couldn't hit Control and O with one hand. My right hand. My left hand. My left hand's too small for that.
Right, you're gonna try and finish off that bombers,
and as you see, I only got 4 out that time instead of the potential.
I reckon you could carry us.
Got him!
Nice!
Nice!
Nice, first kill on stream.
No, I've already done a few other kills.
Really?
I'm up to 3 at the moment. Can you imagine if I could crack in?
3?
Yeah, I got 3 kills.
Oh, you've equaled me.
You're not the only one who's good around here, Mr. Earl.
Oh no, I didn't say I was good. I said I got lucky.
Bad drop there for me that time. That's okay, we're gonna go ahead and take off our fighters.
I was hoping to see an epic secondary battle between you and the enemy ranger.
It could happen. I definitely feel like I'm the one who's being targeted at the moment.
Yeah.
The other CV's like tucked away safely in a corner. I was like, no, I'm gonna go cap and stuff. And now I'm definitely being punished for doing as much, if you will. For doing as much.
Credit to their CV. He was in... One of them was in Alpha Cap.
Mm.
That was their ranger. He was the one who was trying to drop
They have 2
me.
rangers.
Ah, yeah. I thought they had Regio Ranger.
Nah.
Okay. Okay, this one's coming in.
I do have my AA targeted to the left side of my ship. I saw the guys there, guys. I had to. Well, yeah, that just didn't work. I don't feel so safe anymore.
And yeah, you got your deep water torpedoes. You're going for another strafe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the other ranger though.
Okay.
I don't have any more. I don't have any more spot plane help support systems though.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've used them all at this point, but here we go. We're
Basic maneuvers. He's mistimed that.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, by a country mile.
Oh, good. That's what I needed to happen.
You have to fight a day. You might have one more run left, I'm not sure. Nice.
Oh, I got a high caliber!
Hey! Liquidator and high caliber.
Oh.
No, yeah.
Hey! Guess who's still alive?
And now the rockets are coming in.
Oh, no, not the rockets. Oh, no, that's put me on fire.
You're on fire. So you have to get back to your CV. Press.
Yeah, I had to.
Did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, another rocket run. 1,200 health.
Oh, boy. Look at those rockets. Oh, and I'm down.
Oh, GG.
But I got my aircraft off, so I can still go in with my aircraft, but it does not look like we're going to win at this stage with time ticking out.
That was good. I enjoyed that.
I'm glad you did, yeah. Does it feel like you can dodge enemy AA, like mentioned in the preview?
I can't really discern any difference when I've
no,
sort of tried
honestly,
to take
I can't. There's not like anything that you can, per se, like notably dodge.
I know they said like those black flak clouds that pop up.
Yeah.
Sure, when they explode very close, I tend to have an aircraft take damage, but you can see the health bar on the bottom decreases anyway. It's sort of ticking down. So part of me feels like, you know, that HP gets lost, and then what you're seeing is the animation that corresponds to the degrading HP.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
I did stuff and things. So I'm actually like okay with that. I feel pretty confident in you got more XP than me, but that's fine. But let's let you get into a carrier and I will try some
Okay.
I'll try some cruiser work to see if I have the same sort of luck as you with anti-air and such. I'll take the glass. I'm not gonna spec it. I'll just run in with it. What's the trouble?
Okay, I'm gonna run with my Ranger. I think after this game we'll step it up to tier 10.
Yeah,
Happy
sounds good
to do
to
that?
me. Yeah, sounds
Cool.
good. What are you guys thinking of seeing this so far? Are you liking the gameplay? What are your concerns? What are your questions? Please make sure you let World of Warships know. We can definitely try and answer the question. Are all CVs able to have the same loadout, like AP bombs, deep water torpedoes, etc.? Al?
Currently they're set in the test. Whether we tweak and fine-tune them further is kind of open for debate and feedback. But as it currently stands, we've got Rijo with the deep water torps and the AP bombs. I haven't checked Hakuryu yet, because that theme might then continue up. What time is it, Fem? Have there been any announcements?
Oh, yeah, we should probably make that big announcement we wanted to. Hey, it's about time for that. Take the take the stage, Mr. Earl. What would you like to tell everyone who's watching a special announcement for you guys?
I've been warned just to be a bit careful with this. Let me double check. Yes. So if you guys are keeping an eye on the dev blog, it was whispered in my ear to expect a very, very interesting post regarding Her Majesty's aircraft carriers. So this is what tweaked in my mind, whether we introduce flavors to nations, because our beautiful Royal Navy CVs, HMS Hermes, HMS Furious, HMS Implacable, HMS Audacious, and finally HMS Indomitable. Indomitable. I always get that one wrong. They've been added into the game. We've got to stress that that's as far as it's gone. We've put the models in. We haven't tested them. We have just put them in. Kind of. They've modeled them, and that's about it. But there's going to be further announcements in the future. We are aware that it was in the client, but this is the official announcement that they are in the game. You can expect them. People have been clamoring for them, and perhaps you should get involved with the new CVs to get your experience ready for your beloved Royal Navy.
I mean that's where I was born. You know, I am English as well as being Australian. You know, dual citizenship. Whoop whoop. But yeah, definitely interesting. But yes, Royal Navy CVs. We have 4 of them modeled that are in the TST. They are not playable. They are not accessible.
No.
But they're hiding in the shadows somewhere. I did just see a question. Where was it? And of course now I can't see it. I got too many oh, here it is. How is CV sniping going to be addressed? Well, Scarlet, as you just saw in the last battle, it was it was the 2 CVs left on either team. It actually took a while for their CVs to whittle me down. Of course, with time and skill, that will probably that ability will probably go down more. But it's not exactly easy to just nuke a CV quickly. So we've got this fighter plane out in front. We're going to turn to our side and we'll put our anti-air on this side of my ship. You hold O and then you select which side you'd like the ship to be, your anti-air would be. It does take 15 seconds for it to focus there on that side, but it will mean that all of your anti-air is concentrated that side. So that's what we're doing. Okay, and we should probably attack while we're talking about this. So as you see now on this bottom reticle, you'll see that my anti-air is focused in the green section. So that's how you know which side you're going to be most strong on in terms of anti-air, so you can maneuver yourself to be on the correct side when planes come in towards you. So, nice little tidbit to have there. So you've got a little bit more control over your anti-air. And CVs have a little more tactics to play around with. They see one side of your anti-air is particularly strong by just the amount of guns going off, that they might be better off attacking from the other side. They're definitely easy, and once I start getting like majorly attacked by aircraft, I have my defensive fire that we can test out as well.
It's pretty spectacular when you engage, especially on the Worcester. It's like it's November the 5th, or...
Really? Independence Day?
Oh, I couldn't bring myself to say it.
Oh boy. So now that I'm turning on the other side, I'm going to put my priority, I'm going to switch my priority back to this side. So I click, and it's going to take 15 seconds to rotate around, because that's the side that's closest to the aircraft carrier and where he's attacking. That's the side that makes most sense for me to have my anti-air. You just, oh wait, no, that wasn't you? Or was that you? Did you just kill that?
I just tried
DD?
to. No.
You just
tried to drop him. Yeah.
Okay. Didn't quite work out for you though.
Nah. I'm going on the Pensacola now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Trying to keep my targeted anti-air, which is now on this side of my ship, towards the plane. So I don't want to overturn back to the other side, which will put then this side of my ship against planes. That's how you can help your team die, kind of being in the right place at the right time and having your anti-air configured correctly. So he does look like he's coming in and attacking me, so I will go ahead and pop my defensive fire. Get the ducker out there. There we go. Lovely jubbly. A very English saying there for you, Earl.
Yeah, I felt right at home there, sitting in St. Petersburg.
Okay, Ryujo's dipped down, that's why his planes are so low to the ground, like right here. Anti-air goes crazy.
When they come in?
Sorry?
How do you find it when they drop in towards you? It's quite scary.
It was really cool to see, just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
It was really cool, like zooming in. But with those two torpedoes, you do have like multiple opportunities to dodge if, in particular, like the ship wasn't aimed. Sorry, their planes were not aimed correctly. So, you've definitely got a lot more freedom against torpedoes dropped from CVs now. Whereas previously it was kind of like, well, there's nowhere I can move to get out of this at the time. Okay. So again, trying to keep our bulk of our anti-air, which is the left side of our ship, towards the bulk of their forces. That's what's going to protect us if the planes come in. How are you going? Have you had many hits there? Are you doing better than me in that regard?
Not that many. I was trying to drop on the DD just to see how well I could do that.
Yeah.
That didn't work out so well with dive bombers. Then I tried to do a torpedo drop, which wasn't too bad, but could have been better. Now I'm about to hit this New Mexico.
Yay.
That's a double drop, but he's parked behind an island. I'm going to try and also drop their Ranger if I can. If my planes will live.
Okay, I got bombers like here on my side of me, so I'm again keeping my left side of my ship towards them because that's the side that my anti-air is focused on. 125% to get on that side. But he might, I actually think he's out of my major anti-air range, so that's why it's not being super effective at the moment. He might actually be coming to you, El, with those planes.
Yeah, I think so. I just saw that. I got 2 hits on him. He's not happy about it, that's why.
Oh, the Ranger?
Yeah. He's trying to get
you shouldn't kill your kin.
So my fighters,
guys,
I deployed them.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. And I think they're doing the job. So where you press T, I think the fighters will patrol that zone. I think that's the idea.
Ah. Looks like he missed you, but look at that Daka coming off that Ranger that is iEarlGrey. It's definitely not feeling great today.
I might be able to finish this Farragut. Oh, 75 HP.
Ah, so close, but yet so far. Our team is doing well, which is good. So real quick, guys, in case you weren't here at the start of the stream, while yes, the beta has started, it is a restricted access beta for the CV Rework gameplay. That is, everyone who signed up to potentially participate, out of that, so many accounts were given out to people based on a certain criteria. It wasn't, oh, we want everyone who's played CVs to go ahead and play it, but a mix of people who have played a few CVs, people who have not played CVs, people who have hundreds of battles in CVs, to make sure that we have a great diversity of players at different skill levels in the beta. Now, just because you didn't get picked up this time doesn't mean you won't get picked up for a future test. We also have to be considerate about what this particular server can handle at a time, and that we don't want to overload ourselves in terms of feedback too. But there goes Earl with his planes. This new AA mechanic of being able to pick what side you want to fire on or what side you want to prioritize is actually really cool in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Okay.
So the range is still a bit salty.
Oh yes, he's still coming back for you? I think you may have upset him, good sir.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit. I'm going to try and dive bomb this New Mexico.
For those who are wondering why Sub Octavian is not here on the stream with us like he was meant to be, he ended up being a little bit sick yesterday when the stream was originally meant to occur, and I believe that's running into today a bit too, so we get to hang out with Mr. Earl too, who is just as lovely. What?
I don't know. I think Sub's far more cuddly than I am.
I mean, I wasn't judging who we were going to stream with based on their cuttability factor.
Oh, you should.
You know, I wasn't like, hey, can I get the cuddliest person at the Russian office, please? I need to do a stream with them, you know? Wasn't quite a priority assessment factor.
I think you'd been more useful to you. Right. Engine boost! Power!
Okay. Power!
Oh, you're going to finish that New Mexico for me?
I do have torpedoes running out on it, yes. I have this Ranger coming in to try and attack you. I'm going to turn out. I got defensive fire up.
So I'm going to try and test this theory. I'm going to fly over you and then press T. And hopefully you'll get some fighter cover in that sector.
Ah.
Okay, you got the New Mexico.
I did, but now I am stuck on the border as these torpedoes go past me, unfortunately.
Pro move. Pro move.
Yes. Tactical line riding, yo.
Okay, let's see what happens here, because I'm sure you're in fast. So I'm going to press T now.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's
little fighter.
Right there. Huh.
Now, is he going to engage though? To the question. Ah, you still took a torp.
What did I take plane damage from? Oh, the other torpedoes. I didn't see those ones.
On the nose. Okay.
That now makes sense. I was like, yeah, so it does look like wherever you deploy that fighter, that's kind of where it stays.
So he's got 1 minute 20 seconds left on his timer. Oh, it's just having fun!
Well,
so I think that's
certainly interesting with the anti-air, but like you said, let's get up into the meat and potatoes. Let's get into the high tier carriers.
This is what everyone's going to be striving for.
Yep. Well, I have to take out my first love in terms of carriers, if that's okay with you. Oh wait, no, we can't play the Hakaru at the moment, can we?
No, maybe that's why I didn't get to check Hakaru. Yeah, I think it's just midway.
Okay.
Let me double check the tech tree. I've got Hakaru.
I don't have one in my
tech
port.
Tree. No, you might not have it in port, and this is what other players, people who are on the TSD will find.
I see.
If you don't have it in port, you have to play a game at tier 6. You
have to earn it, so to speak.
Yeah, so to speak. We've rigged the economy so that it's this way. So you should now be able to click tech tree. Click Japan.
I've got it now. Let's take out my first love, the Hakaru.
Did the viewers see your heart eyes pop out?
Yes. Heart eyes are popping out at this point. Okay, so what are the difference between these two? Strike ships. Strike ships.
Let's take my Worcester. Worcester. Not Worcester. Not Worcester. Worcester.
Okay, so with these torpedoes, you get ones that I have slightly less health but can move faster. I think we'll take the moving faster ones. Oh, yes, mount it. We'll take these bad boys. Wait. Don't think I'm going to bother with that, as there's nothing that can really impact CVs. So let's take it out, guys. Tier 10s. Elle's going to be trolling in a Worcester. I'm going to take out my Hakaru.
Worcester.
Is this public test?
Worcester.
No, this is not public test.
No.
Okay. So we can pop up behind islands more stealthily. I mean, they're going to be proximity detected, just because sun is behind an island. If you're still within a certain distance, you can still detect it, so. Yes, it was invite test only, but anyone can sign up, and there will be more test sessions in the future where more players will have access.
That's true. Check the portal, because then there was a registration link for when it opens up further.
Bingo. Okay. Ooh, double CVs at top tier.
Ooh, yeah.
Look at all those
then
boosters
remember, you
ready.
only get 2 squadrons. Yes! Come to Papa.
Unlimited planes, it does feel that way. Yes. Okay, so this time I have 12 planes for a squadron. AP dive bombers, deep water torpedoes, and the attack aircraft, that is the,
Zeros? Is it? Up at tier 10?
I don't know what they're called.
No, I haven't checked.
But I definitely feel like we're missing a little bit of information, because apparently these only go 1 knot.
Ah, yes. Yeah, there are some UI things. There are some other funnies as well that you'll find. I'm trying to...
Again, guys, this is very much a test run, so there are going to be these sorts of bugs and mishappenings occurring. Here we go.
Yeah, certainly the UI isn't so much priority, so it's like tool tips. Obviously, we've put a lot more in since the first iteration to help public players, but the polish of the UI isn't a high priority at the moment. It's getting these mechanics sorted.
Okay, so with this, you can see that these tier 10 planes are 177, where the max speed on the Ranger and Ryujo ones were around 130 to 140. These can actually get up to 253 when held down the engine boost. Again, you burn out your engine boost, you can hit R to reload that engine boost if you want to get out there even quicker. Oh, it does feel very nice just like seeing these guys cruise. Their maneuverability is a lot higher than what the bottom tier ones, or the lower tier ones were. Let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and attempt to ducka the Worcester. Oh, look at all that black smoke from the Worcester coming in.
But even as an artillery ship, it's absolutely spectacular.
So instead of attacking with 3, you see that it does only attack with, on this version with the tier 10, it attacks with 3 planes instead of the 2 that was on the lower tiers. That didn't end up very well, silly Worcester. So let's take out something else. Okay, can't take out the fighters again because I've gotten that low. It's got to have time to reload to get the planes back on deck. You've got to get up the flight elevator, if you will. Okay. I'm gonna go back in. We do have the AP bombers now. We do again have 12 on the squadron, so it's likely we're gonna have 4 attacks of 3 planes each. So let's see if we can do this any better. I know, right?
does
Elle
take
just
a lot of
quietly
getting used to.
laughs at me. No big deal.
Only because I've been there myself. It's like, okay, back to the aircraft carrier. It's the drawing board.
Back to the deck. Okay. Come here,
Yeah.
Wooster. It does feel like speeding up. You're a little bit less easy to hit with the anti-air.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah,
I wondered
it feels that way, yeah.
So this is where I'm thinking tactically, whether you would, that's the point of that engine boost, save it for the last minute,
Yeah.
increase your maneuverability in that tack run as you're going into the whatever your target is.
Yeah.
That's probably where that will come into its own. Then for my attack aircraft with the rockets, I would probably use that engine boost for scouting and getting into position as quickly as possible.
My aim is definitely questionable. I like how all those 3 Shimikazes are all just hanging out together. Interesting what bots do.
Oh yeah, that's a perfect drop for you. But even DDAA seems fairly formidable at times.
Yes, definitely going against these 3 shimmies have took down the remainder of my 5 planes pretty quickly.
Oh.
So we're gonna try the
So I wonder what
torpedoes
the
this time.
Combined AA of 3 Shimikazes in a blob.
Okay. Let's give this one another well. Yeah, the anti-air of the ships at tier 10, well, yes, you have more planes, and yes, you have infinite planes. With AA like that, getting off attacks is not easy.
No.
No,
It is
it's
gonna
not.
take skill.
Okay, so we're going to prep. Looking at the minimap, we see the Montana moving this way. He appears to be turning that way a little bit. We're going to come out around the side, I think. And then turn in on him. Okay, so I'm going to actually start going down here to get my reticle lower.
I'm playing peekaboo with a Montana. Uh-oh, this could end badly.
Huh. Okay, so with 4 torpedoes, you don't get the same sort of tightness on the reticle the longer you leave it. Also, you have more of a load time on them. Sorry, for activation time on the torpedoes. So you have to be willing to dip a lot sooner. Oh no! It seemed like they got tighter the closer I got in there, which is interesting. Definitely a different beast at tier 10 than what it is to tier 7. So if you are worried about, you know, low tiers being too similar to high tiers, nope! It is definitely different. Will we get that second torpedo on the front? Yes, we did. Wonderful. Okay, let's try the APs again. We'll give it another whirl there. Okay. Here we go. Gonna go back for that Montana again that we already put though. Oh, we've already got him flooding. So you still have the possibility of doing some big dot stacking in the CV, so long as you're paying attention to what has repaired recently. Definitely still opportunities there for getting the big numbers quite quickly. As you can see, you know, I'm very quickly ticking up the up to 50k here just based off that Montana alone. Okay. We're gonna go here on this Yamato since the Montana's still flooding. That circle is a little bit difficult to see though.
When's the first tutorial with Femennenly going to be out?
I don't know. There's interest for tutorials. I can try and make one. I mean, if you guys want tutorials on this, of how to play it to begin with very poorly, then yeah. Hey, Citadel! So yeah, four attack runs with these at this tier. It's just being able to chain those attacks seems to be very, very useful.
But how do you feel it is for the enemy?
I mean, it just means that like not one ship alone at any given point is being heavily targeted. Instead, you know, it's multiple ships that are being being kind of gone after at a time. It's not easy to... It takes a lot of time and you stay in a lot of anti-air circles for a long time if you keep attacking the same ship, because, you know, you have to fly down, shoot at it, come up, swing around, and that takes time to do. So it's you definitely have to consider which ships are close to each other and which ones you actually have good opportunity to attack. I will say finding your aiming circle on some of the maps based on the color of the sea is a little bit difficult. For example, it's very hard to see it on this particular one. Ooh, 2 hits from all of that spam. Go on to the Worcester here. Oh, actually overshot him. Just drop those off. Swing back around again. Yeah, it's definitely different, guys. It's a good different, but it's different.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Do you feel that it actually addresses some of the issues in the current?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thing?
The ability of CVs, like being able to essentially just rule the air and have a lot of control and essentially have a lot of DPM just based on how they took off their planes and how they could just mass attack one target. Now that you're forced to, you can't just rotate very quickly around one target. You know, if that target turns, you kind of have to reassess what you're going to attack. So it's very good in that regards. Yeah, there is a lot to talk about, guys. If you have questions, I will do my best to showcase what your questions are asking or answer you. It's going to be a lot. Okay. Let's go to the Worcester. How are you going with that Worcester there?
Oh, I'm going to get torpedoed.
Oh, yeah?
I'll try and take one down with me. Nah. I got a bit bold. 92,000 damage.
I'm going to try and finish him off for you.
Cool. He's on 7,000. I softened him up.
I did a terrible miss there.
Oh, that's a good way out. You might get him on the panic one. Ah, oh, he's slowed. I think he's going to dodge it. Do you have another run? Or...
No, okay. I don't want to turn around again, so I'm going to go back over to this Worcester over here instead. I'm going for the other Worcester now.
Okay. Yeah, as you said, I'll often make an attack on one ship. Yeah, carry on over.
It's not always feasible to go back and attack that same ship again because you have to float around them.
It's a calculated risk.
Yeah,
you're gonna have that much longer exposure to the AA. Ah, surprised that your deep water torpedoes hit the Worcester.
Well, these aren't Ashio deep water torpedoes. Oh, so they do go... So, yeah, I kept them down for their full duration. I didn't attack with them because I didn't have a great target for it. And then they just come back up again if you don't make a run with them. As you could just see there, guys. I'm going to go back down again.
Okay.
Here we go. Da-da, 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 da-da. Sharknado!
See the whites of his eyes. Oh.
Oh, he turned it. He might not actually... These might not actually... enable in time, to be honest with you. Definitely a longer load time, which does give ships more opportunity to dodge on your planes. Don't like the Shimakaze behind me. Might take out my rocket next time to go take a look at him. Oh no, I'm actually being looks like I'm gonna be hassled by some rockets here coming in on my main CV.
Oh yeah, I see.
Don't really know what I can do about that. Besides, not a lot.
Okay. He's missed. Because you're stunned. Because you're a standstill.
I guess he wasn't anticipating me being still.
No.
It's very close in there. When I did that particular drop. Okay, going around again.
Back for another pass.
Again, I am taking from the sides where it probably would be more optimal to attack, you know, either from his front or his behind. But, you know.
Now you're on fire.
Oh, I am? Oh, yeah, I am. Not in the good way, right?
No. I think we're gonna lose this.
Hey, got the Worcester.
You got him? Well done.
Okay, gonna repair this off now. Gonna take off my my floaty boats. Sorry, my floaty rockets, and get myself actually moving now. And what I might do is actually pop that plane to be over myself now, since I seem to be a popular target of the enemy CV. Okay,
Yeah,
moving in here.
I know, both midways. So they've got normal torpedoes. So it's not like they've got deep water and can only target you.
Yes, that is true.
Okay. Forward, Worcester.
Okay, what I'm going to do, since I am turning towards the center of the map, is I'm going to put my anti-air on the left side of my ship, so if they come and attack me again, that's already kind of ready to go on that side. Okay, I'm going to speed boost up, get these guys out there and towards the midways and try and do a little bit of damage over there. I've done 108, which, I mean, normally in a normal, well, back in the day, I'd be pleased with in a CV, or I'd be kind of met about, sorry, I should say, but like, right now, 108, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
From your old streams, yeah, 108 was the first 5 minutes of the battle for you.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, I got a good volley there. All 12 hit.
Oh, well done.
12 hit, 1 fire.
The Worcester will finish him off.
Sorry?
Yeah, the Worcester is...
There we go.
Oh, you got the fire on him.
Yeah.
Nice. That's your kill.
That was all me. I got another 3-kill game. Yes, guys, this is very much work in progress. There are some elements of this gameplay style that is likely or probable to change.
Even damage output. Absolutely. Even damage output of, you know, sort of bombs, torpedoes,
it's subject to
everything.
change. The main thing that we're looking at is, you know, how it feels to play. In terms of, like, controlling the planes. But, like, guys, I'm actually having a lot of fun playing this. And I'm one of those very skeptical people from the beginning. Since I've known about this for a very long time. But, like, I'm actually, like, really enjoying it a lot more than what I figured I would. Oh, and I missed that time. I aimed it a little far forward. Okay, swinging around again. Oh, only two left. None left. Back to the carrier. Launch something else! Launch the torpedoes! But yeah, guys, it's... Obviously, being a CV main, coming from a person who spent a lot of time in the old way of playing CVs, you know, I was very concerned that this would... Oh my god, what's cool is, like, the flaps even go up and down on the planes as you variate your speed. So it's just like a nice little touch. Okay, we're gonna try a drop on a DD.
Yeah, do it. I wondered if you would. Bear in mind that arming indicator is a little bit bugged at the moment.
Oh yeah? Well, he's sitting still.
Oh, you can't because you got deep water, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Good drop. That's a dead Shimikaze by normal.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I had regular torpedoes, I'd be good to go.
Yeah.
It's details.
Where the devil lives. Okay, this is a
going in on the midway because apparently we can't attack a Shimikaze. Whoops.
Oops.
Okay, since we can't attack a Shimikaze, and I'm pretty sure that CV's going to end up dead, we're going to go ahead and take off our rocket boats.
Attack. Yeah. See, I often found I didn't exhaust entire squadrons. I was playing earlier, and I found if there was certainly a ship that I was focusing, I might do a couple of torpedo runs, or if you like found earlier, if you've overshot your target or you've dropped on your target, and to spin round would take too long, or you'd lose too many planes, I just went back to carrier. So my planes.
Yeah, and you went and got
sure,
something
I might have lost a couple. Yeah, quickly, you know, went back, boom, dive bombers next, bang, got the Citadel on a Fuso or...
Yeah, and depending where they are, it's like, you know, if I don't have another good target to attack, maybe it's just better that I go get a different plane out.
Yeah, I do have that time to battle to consider from my carrier, so this is where carrier position But if, like yourself, you've positioned yourself in
kind of
the thick
aggressive
the action,
positioning.
yeah, we're not gonna worry too much about that. It's like bang, get the rockets, set some fires.
Good to go.
Absolutely, yeah, and racking up that damage, and should have a good game. Ooh,
For
next salvo should have him.
Oh, I kind of screwed up the aim on that one.
Ah.
Feels bad, man.
870.
It's that click after the squadron goes down that's like, oh yeah, I still have to do that step to get back to my boat.
Your
How do you
teammates
attack enemy aircraft? So the only way I've discovered so far is you can pull out like a little scouty plane, or a little float fighter, if you will, and it's just the AA based off your ship. But it's likely that AA will be seeing some changes. Oh no, I actually hit him.
Ooh, good strike. Yeah.
Wasn't expecting that.
Your bot's teammates have just parked and given up.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it is on you to carry this.
Okay.
In 1 minute, 27 seconds.
Well, I
we
mean,
are winning, but here's some practice. Nice.
No. Hold on.
Is it gonna catch up? Oof.
Almost.
Ah.
I am a little intimidated with the Shimakaze just driving full ball into me, but it looks like our Shimakaze behind me has come to my rescue.
Up. Yeah. The midway's attacking you with rockets. Let's see how this drop. Okay, this is looking better.
Except for when it doesn't hit.
Ooh. Just slightly below. This is where I found chasing them with dive bombers was extremely difficult. You have to almost overshoot the target to allow for that climb and descent.
For that time for it to get lower.
If you timed it right, as you were very low, you could get super accurate drops, especially for citadels. Oh, here come the torpedoes. Is it aimed at you? I think it is.
It's okay. I should be able to repair.
He's killed the friendly.
Oh, he missed me!
He dodged.
Yeah.
He did take out our shimmer.
Yes. That was kind of to be expected, though.
Oh, nice carry.
Oh, 5 seconds to go. I wanted to go kill that carrier.
Yeah.
That poor luck in those torpedoes.
Feel like generally, at the end of these games, I'm like, no, it's ended.
You can still go met at 100k damage, yes, I suppose so. Yeah. Okay, well, I think we've got time for one more before we'll call it a day and let our viewers go out and sail their ships. You know, we've got a brand new patch out, and a lot of them will have access to this, I believe. So, I'm going to try the midway now. The last carrier we haven't tried yet, if that's good with you, Al.
Absolutely fine by me. I'm going to crack open the Mato.
Sounds good.
Get her lined up. Of these mighty guns.
Dennis, no decision has been made about what's happening with the state of premium CVs at the moment, and what will happen with the changes and whatnot with that. So as soon as Wargaming has made a decision, as soon as we've made a decision on that, we will of course inform players, and hopefully the solution will be the best for everyone. But can everyone, whether you're on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, can we get a big shout out for iEarl for joining us today? It's been really nice to have you here, Earl.
Little old me. It's been really fun. It's nice. I am. Where's my little captain friend? He's blushing too. It's a pleasure. It's good to join you all. Obviously I'm a bit more behind the scenes now with the work that I do at the moment, but it's always good to get back in the game, and changes like this are always fun. I shared some of the fears that some of the players did about this change. We don't often like change. Things that we've become used to pushes us out of the comfort zones. So actually, the more that I do play it, the more that I like it. I do share some of the concerns, if I'm frank, and my personal perspective and opinion. I'll be honest about it. I'm not sure that I could sit there as you did as a CV main and play this class of ship and grind it from where would it be, tier 4 to 10. I think it's tier 4. I'm not sure I could do this day in, day out, but I've never been able to do that with any of the classes. So I think this is a personal thing, and I think other people need to bear that in mind.
See, like right now I'm sitting here and I'm like, I want to go back to my desk and keep playing. Well, I want a restroom break, and then I want to go back to my desk and keep playing. But unfortunately, I got work to do today. So it's not an option. But I know, like,
adult.
I got an adult. But I might play a little bit more personally tonight once I get home. But yeah, I mean, like, I still foresee me being able to like sit down and stream for a few hours and play this and have fun with it.
How much of that is curiosity, though, do you think, of learning the new mechanics? Will you take it beyond curiosity to mastery? Or...
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, so from the first game playing this morning to, like, right now, you know, I've already gotten better from doing, what, like 673 damage to doing, you know, the last game, what? 150,000? So... Yeah. For me, like, it's like, okay, I'm starting to understand the individual mechanics of the planes, and now I want to start working out, you know, how to be more effective with them, how to get the most bang for my clicks, so as to how to get the most damage per click.
Sure. Yeah, the most efficient combination of them. Like you say, is it worth to come around and finish off a target, or is it better to sort of pick and be an opportunist as you're flying around? How much
and like, how's going to be the best way to attack the destroyers? There's a lot of factors that I'm like, I want to find this out, and I want to be the best that there ever was.
Oh, there's that part of your personality. You
know, I still want to be that one CV that people are afraid to see on the enemy team. Like, that desire hasn't gone away from me.
Glory.
It's just gonna take me a bit of time to get back to the level, if you will.
Yeah, there's that readjustment. Oh, the enemy carrier's coming for you. I thought they were coming for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just dropped rockets. I'm not sure if it made contact.
I don't believe so.
Okay. So someone's learning the hard day that the days of carrier sniping are over.
Yeah, so I actually don't think there's much merit in carrier sniping. Just it doesn't seem like you can do the damage quick enough or be effective enough in it to really make it worthwhile if you were. As you were. But I don't think the concern of CV sniping is actually as present as what people kind of anticipate it to be with this new style of game. Because you can't get the damage quick enough, you know?
No, but
I'm thinking I'm going to lose that plane, so I'm going to just take it home straight away. So this time I do have the HE bombers. That is the kind of trait of the Americans as it stands in this test iteration. But anyway, we'll keep going forward. Yes, DDs v CVs are actually... So originally, CVs were kind of the biggest threat to destroyers. Would you agree with that sentiment, besides maybe radar? But CVs had the ability to essentially, like, one-hit KO what's-its very easily, yeah?
Yeah.
Whereas now, it's kind of like... DDs are our biggest threat. They're not going to be easy to attack anymore. Yes, we can scout them. But it's not like we're going to be able to do those one-hit KOs unless said DD player is really not paying attention to torpedo drops. So I definitely feel like it's a lot friendlier to destroyers in that regard.
What about enemy CV capability? Do you feel it's more balanced there? Because these are issues that we wanted to address with this rework.
Well, yeah, I mean, the initial concern was, oh, but what about sniping? That doesn't really seem like it's going to be that much of an issue. Like, the previous game, I had two Rangers coming in at me quite hot. Sorry, the game before this one. Coming in quite hot on me, and they didn't end up taking, it wasn't as quick as what I anticipated for them to actually take me out. It took them a long time. I am seeming to struggle with these dive bombers a little bit at the moment because they're not like torpedoes where you've got the ability to kind of move forward.
Like
it's very much once they go down, they're going to come back up again straight away. So I'm going to try again on a new running attack, coming from behind this time. But again, it's just getting the practice and like learning what makes this class now unique is really interesting and fun towards me. To me, sorry. Oh, I got a good attack here on this Yamato this time. Oh yeah, and then we're going to follow it up with attack on the Yami. Oh, gorgeous. Maybe not. Having those ships in a row, just like that. I mean, you just have the opportunity to kind of rotate around and do heavy amounts of damage very, very quickly. You know, I got 2 fires on 2 Yamis. Yes, they've gone and repaired it, but now I'm coming in with these, the rocket planes, and I'm going to be able to kind of get them out and hopefully get some more fires on these 2 ships since they are kind of sailing unison together. The previous issues of enemy ships clumping together and kind of providing AA stacks doesn't seem to be as prevalent anymore because the closer they are together, the actual, to a certain degree, the more effective you can get these kind of chain attacks going, if you will. So, coming in, rocket fighters on the side. Look out a little bit beforehand so they can get nice and tight on the way in. Kind of missed there a little bit, or get the front of his nose.
Trying to finish off the enemy midway for you.
Yeah, the CV Test 4.
Man, seriously focused.
Coming in again.
Come on, AA.
Small. So for the rocket fighters, it seems if you remain straight as your as you've clicked, as you're attacking sort of thing, your rockets will go tighter, but if you start turning, that's when you're going to see that reticle will stay wide and not get smaller. So we'll try and stay tight on this one and try and stay still. And we got that nice tight reticle on the Montana. And as soon as I started to turn, it started to go wide again. Okay. Send out the torpedoes. We're only sending out 9 this time because unfortunately we didn't allow them to completely reload. And we'll go find a target. But yeah, it's definitely interesting, and it's definitely, if you're someone who likes carriers and you see, even myself originally, I looked at this and I'm like, this just feels like World of Warplanes, but playing it now, it really doesn't. Because I really did not enjoy playing World of Warplanes just because of how the movement was. For me, it just didn't work. But this is actually really enjoyable and a lot more enjoyable than what I thought it would be.
Obviously, people like yourself weren't the sole reason behind the rework, but that's an important part of the player base that hopefully will be happy as you appear to be.
Oh, I dropped that way out.
Oops.
6 torpedoes, stacked on each other. We'll try that one again. But yeah, no, definitely, this is, the rework is definitely meant to appeal to not just the original CV players, but an even broader sense of CV players and the player base as a whole, which I really think it will now. And if the CV player base increases, that's not a bad thing. That's what we want to see, more people enjoying the class.
Yeah, correct. And also, yeah, those who are so fond of them and put all those hours in. Ooh. Unfortunately, I took a bit of a pasting and 1, 2, 3 Yamatos and 1 Montana, but I took out the midway.
That is interesting. Despite me only having 3 planes, I still dropped 6 torpedoes from those 3 planes. Not sure if that's intentional.
I'd have to have a look at that one.
Yeah, that was a little bit strange.
Hacks.
Oh, we got this Montana pushing in on us. I didn't even see him there.
Yeah, he's the one that got me in the end.
Oh no, I didn't realize you were dead. I'm sorry, El.
Yeah, I was fending them off. There's a push.
I was trying to be
south.
a good teammate.
You distracted them. We've got the northern caps, and they're dropping like flies now.
Good.
Zhao should get them on Tana. Oh, no. You will drop.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely jubbly.
I like it.
3 hits, a fire, and a kill will take it. I mean, he didn't have a lot of health, yeah, sure, but I still got it.
Nice.
It was still all me, yeah.
Yeah, that's usually when you get the citadels.
If I was in Japanese, I would probably... I kind of didn't do the best on this drop. I clicked a little too soon, and that's something you do have to be aware of in the dive bombers. Is if you click too soon, you can't push them forward very quickly or very hard at all.
No.
Yeah.
Again, that's where the skill's going to lie, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where you learn those distances, and you kind of learn where you've got to target things to get them in the right place.
And especially in competitive, obviously I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, but we are still at the testing phases. But when you get the skill of someone, imagine trying to drop a Khabarovsk.
Oh my gosh. I've always struggled to drop on Khabarovsk, and like this is going to make it like 10 times harder.
Yep, but yeah, people who will be able to pull that off will make the difference. But
yeah, for sure.
It's going to be something that's earned.
And it's not going to be like, oh, it just depends on the CV player, because CV players aren't going to impact each other as much. There we go, we'll take that next kill.
And there's definitely no point and click accusation that you can make against anyone when you're playing in this sort of
it's very much
manner.
it is very skill driven now. You have to know what you're doing in terms of lead times, in terms of attacking priorities, in terms of chaining attacks to get the most bang for your buck. It's not a case of, oh, we'll just click and hope.
No, and unfortunately you're probably the worst person to ask this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How accessible do you feel this is compared to the previous iteration?
I think the main thing is, I feel like the main thing that people new to playing CVs will struggle with is those lead times, because you saw how bad I was doing the first few games of kind of like anticipating where I needed to get. Now that I've kind of played it, that one doesn't count. That wasn't a good one.
If you're fresh to the game, though, you're likely in a show. Let's just speak in the terms that we're familiar with.
Yeah.
Let's say it's a Hosho, you're going to have the slower planes, therefore the slower drops against slower ships. So
yeah,
hopefully the progression
that is very true in that, you know, there's a lot of... I feel like it will be easier to pick up because you've kind of got more, oh, okay, so if I drop that there and it didn't hit, I can tell because, you know, I've got this thing that indicates that, oh, they didn't arm in time. Next time I know, hey, I need to drop them further back. Or when you drop against that target and you miss, oh, I need to lead them more. So it's definitely different. Our fighters taking more damage when flying through flat clouds. Yes, because that pretty much indicates defensive fire is activated. But... I mean, I think it's got a lot of potential. I feel like the hardest thing for players is going to be getting through the stigmatism of, you know, it is such a big change and it is so different that people may just not be willing to give it a whirl based on perceptions rather than realities. So my biggest encouragement to players out there who are looking at this and being like, I don't like this, is go give it a try before you, try before you buy it sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're going to have, as I say, that knee-jerk, no, it's out of my comfort zone, I don't want to, or maybe even out of protest because, you know, I've invested so much time into what it was and learning what it was. And then there's just the simple fact that, as people currently find with RTS is not for them. So this gameplay may not be for them at all. It may not be what they came to Warships for. And if the game has nothing more to offer them, that's a sad fact. But I think really they're going to be in the minority. And actually, we're going to find with that seeming acceptability and appeal, greater appeal over the current gameplay, that hopefully we'll see more CVs. They will be standard in battle, so they're not a surprise anymore.
Yeah.
Because they are kind of rare at the moment. You'll get used to it, and you know, maybe you'll be inspired to pick up your CV and have a whirl in it, even just for variety's sake. So I feel it adds that extra dimension, because I did used to have my dirty, guilty pleasure in my Saipan or CVs, but it wasn't that regular, and I do feel it would be a more regular thing with this system in place in the main game.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that sentiment. So guys, make sure you've signed up for the beta if you're interested in playing. Remember that we can only invite so many people at a time due to the server limits, but we will have multiple rounds of testing, so it's always good to sign up for the future rounds. But it's been a pleasure being with you here today, Earl. Thank you for making the time to come play with us. Hope you had fun with me. I mean, again, I'm really enjoying this, and this is coming from someone who probably has one of the most CV games on the North America server, so.
Yeah, that's very promising. Yep, thank you all for having me. Hope again in the future. Excited by the Royal Navy aircraft carriers.
Royal Navy CVs. If you haven't heard or seen about that, make sure you check out the dev blog for more details.
Hey, Fem.
Hey, what?
How do people sign up for the beta?
They go to the website and hit the button.
There you go.
Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us this morning. We will, the NA team will see you tomorrow evening for sea trials. The EU team will be on in the morning too, if you're wanting their opinions on bits and pieces. Not sure what they're doing, but it will be a good stream nonetheless. Thank you again, Earl, and we'll see you on the high seas real soon, captains.